Hey, what's up everybody? So it's Christmas Eve and I wanted to wish y'all a Merry motherfucking Christmas. And this video I'm going to be talking about my experiences of being a black atheist during the Christmas holiday season. So this video is going to be very laid back, relaxed, and chill. And to start this video off with a corny ass Christmas joke, anything is possible if a fat ass white man can go to every house in the world and drop off cheap made in China presents to every boy and girl throughout the 7 continents, or 6 continents because no one lives on fucking Antarctica. But I digress. Now, to start this video off, my background is that up until the 6th grade, I was what you would call a cultural Christian, and then after that, between the 6th and 12th grade, I went to church every Sunday. I went to a large mega church in Akron called the Chapel. And, you know, it was definitely a huge part of my life. And between the last year, or the summer, between the last year of high school and my first year of college, I pretty much became non-religious. And then my first semester is when I went from the transformation of being like non-religious, just being an atheist. And the various ordeals that I had to face have actually not been that bad, to be quite frank with you guys. You know, my family has, generally speaking, been very welcoming of me being a you know, an atheist. Honestly speaking, like most of my family members, if not all of them, the love that they have for me hasn't changed with me not believing in Jesus anymore. You know, they love me and they're proud of me the same way as they always been. Now, I do have friends who are black atheists, and you know, they're back home during the holidays with their families and they have to go to church. And I'm like, you know, the only time that I went to church being an atheist was like the first year that I was an atheist or whatever. And so that was like my freshman year. I went with my mom, my two sisters who are both 14 now. They're both atheists because they went to Catholic school during their middle school years, and you know, that shit just pretty much made them from being like, I guess what you would call like a Christian or cultural Christian, into saying like, you know, they don't believe in God and Jesus anymore, but they don't want to say they're an atheist. They don't like the word, I guess. Sort of like how my grandma is too. But you know, during this time when I went to the chapel's church service during you know, Christmas Eve, you know, it was entertaining because it's a whole new perspective to me. And I also went, I think, with I was in the Big Brothers Big Sisters program, and now this guy, he was a very devout, you know, very, I would say like extreme Christian, to a point where, to make you guys understand, when I brought up the issue of renewable energy, I think during the 11th grade year, when I was in high school, I'll never forget this. I said, you know, we as, you know, we, like, speaking as like, you know, the world, have to come up with a solution for our energy woes. And, you know, his answer was, well, why? Because the oil in the ground's never going around, because Jesus or God or whoever put that there for us to utilize, and it's never going to run out. And that just goes to show how much of an extremist Christian he is that even if the experts say that we might only have like a 20 or 30 year supply left, or you know, supply of oil left on this planet, because of what he believes of Christianity, it makes him think otherwise. Now, he's probably one of the reasons why I became non-religious, because it's literally every time I was with him, you know, this is, once again, this is like the Big Brothers Big Sisters program. He was talking about Jesus. You know, it's like, oh, thank God for doing this, thank God for doing this. I mean, just crazy amount of, you know, dick riding Jesus. But you know, he was a cool guy. And then let me think, my family, like, so my grandmother, she's from Switzerland, and she is non-religious, but like my sister, she doesn't like to say that she's an atheist because she views atheist as a dirty word. And then my grandfather, whose father, my great-grandfather, from what my grandma tells me, was a hellfire, you know, preacher or whatever. And the time that I came on as an atheist is right around the time that my grandfather had a stroke and he lost a lot of his cognitive skills or whatever. And you know, my grandmother told me, like, you know, maybe just keep that, like, you know, a little bit to yourself, because you don't want to upset him, because he became really religious after he had his stroke, more so than I would say I noticed before. Now, my aunts and uncles, you know, yeah, the one aunt that I'm close with, that's my mom's sister. She doesn't really care. My uncle doesn't really care. You know, he might poke fun at me sometimes. You know, they're Christians, I would say, but not like crazy Christians that you see on like TV or whatever. And my uncle, he's like, you know, I don't really care you're an atheist, but you know, it's like, you know, why you gotta be going to all these conferences and stuff? And, you know, it sounds like religion to me. You know, I'm going to church, but you know, you want going to you know, these atheist conferences and whatnot. He's just like joke with me and stuff like that. And actually, I'm going to be interviewing him about a lot of the issues that you know, police officers face, because he's like you know, a lot of the things that have been going on with the police and all that kind of stuff over the, you know, past couple of years, and his take on it, because he's a retired police officer. So that video is going to be coming out within the next week or so. So that's going to be very interesting. Stay tuned. And then, like, you know, my extended family, generally speaking, most of them don't care, but then a lot of the older people within my family are like, it's like they're shocked and they feel bad for me. It's like the most I wouldn't even say like bad reaction, but it's like probably the biggest reaction that they would have is just like, oh wow, you don't believe in God anymore. I remember someone said that one of my cousins said that, you know, this is just a phase he's going through. You know, it's just a college thing. You know, he's not going to be an atheist forever. And it's like, you know, she's joking with me as well, but it's, yeah, whatever, right? But, you know, I have friends who are black atheists, and during this holiday season, they have to still go to the religious services because their families are so religious that they can't tell them that they don't believe in God no more, because they would probably disown them. It's like, you know, it's a debate of, you know, it's coming out, you know, as being a gay person or, you know, as being an atheist. Which one's worse? Well, you know, honestly speaking, from the people that I know, it's more so not believing in God, which gets a worse reaction from your family and loved ones than it is, you know, coming out as gay. Because, you know, you can be gay and still believe in God, but then, you know, if you don't believe in God, then you're just a devil worshiping, you know, bad person, I guess. You know, and it's like that's some of the questions I get from people. It's like, hey, you know, you don't believe in Jesus or whatever. But, you know, I know this is supposed to be revolving around Christmas, but generally speaking, this is when I see most of my family members is during Christmas or whatever. And, you know, I guess sometimes I get reactions of, oh, well, you know, if you're an atheist, you know, you still want presents. I'm like, well, shit, I didn't know Santa was in the fucking Bible, to be honest with you. I read the Bible from front to back, and I'm like, I ain't seen no fat ass white dude going around to every house in the world, you know, dropping presents down chimneys and shit. I ain't see that part, man. Was that in Luke or John? Or, you know, I missed that one. You know, I'm just being a little smart ass right here. And, you know, they laugh and giggle, but it's like, you know, because that's the kind of person I am. And it's like, even though we might disagree on things, you know, we can still like make fun of some of the things, like, you know, we might believe in or not believe in. Now, my views on Christmas as a whole, and oh yeah, I actually forgot something. My girlfriend, she's also an atheist, and she's a big, I don't even know if that's even the right way to say it. She's bigly, like, super, like, she loves, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like she loves Christmas and the Christmas season, but she's still an atheist. And you know, the reason we have a Christmas tree up, I like it still, but, you know, because she wanted to put one up, and then one of my sisters was here, so she helped my girlfriend put the Christmas tree up. And then we also have a Christmas tree in our bedroom, because one year we ordered a Christmas tree for like $40, and I think it was her dad was like, what, 40 fucking bucks? He ordered us a Christmas tree. He's like, shit, man, at least get a nice one. Shit. I'm like, well, I mean, the $40 one was alright, you know, it's still with us or whatever. It doesn't have all that stuff all over the place on the floor, so that's cool. So, you know, we have 2 Christmas trees in our apartment. And originally, I wanted to return the Christmas tree because it was still in the box, and I ordered it from Amazon. I was like, shit, well, he's gonna buy us one. Let me fucking return the one we have at home. And Mel was like, hell no, why can't we have 2 Christmas trees? And I'm like, shit, you know, there's a lot of electricity, I think. I mean, even though the LED lights, well, it's still, you know, it's like, damn, all this fucking Christmas shit. We have Christmas decorations over here. I'm just playing. I love it, though. I like the lights. It looks pretty, whatever, right? The only thing that I don't like about Christmas that she absolutely enjoys is the movies that are on the Hallmark channel during the Christmas season. Like, my girlfriend loves those. And I think that they are by far some of the most corniest, atrocious things that have ever been filmed. And it's like, I mean, like, these movies are so terrible. Like, one of them, I remember I watched like part of one because I can only stomach so much. And it was like this small town in Alaska, and this girl or this woman or whatever, she left this small town to move to the big city, and she became like a doctor. And she went back to her small town because she hasn't been there in a long time. And her high school sweetheart or whatever, like her name is, I don't know, Jennifer, and his name is Ken or some shit. I don't know, like fucking Barbie doll name or some shit. And, you know, he's working at this ski resort, and then he gets snowed in, and they basically have to spend the holidays with each other. And it's like, and it's the amount of corny shit that like the lines that they say to each other, it's like, you just have to watch it to understand what I'm talking about. But that's one of the things that, even back when I was growing up, you know, when my mom and sisters would watch these like whack-ass movies about Christmas on the Hallmark channel, because my mom and sisters like to do that, you know, watch those movies too. That's something that I don't fucking like. Like, you know, my kind of Christmas movie is the unrated version of Bad Santa. You know, Merry motherfucking Christmas. That's how I feel. Now, I do like the notion of family coming together. I like the, you know, the generosity that you see during Christmas, the Christmas caroling, the Christmas lights on houses, even though me personally, I'm not finna have no, when I get a house one day, I'm not going to be having no Christmas lights up in front of my house, because that's going to make the electricity bill go. But hey, you know, whatever. And then what else do I like during Christmas? I also like the food. I like the food also. You know, like my grandma, you know, up until I would say like the last couple of years, because she's just gotten older, she used to make this bomb ass pot roast. Oh my goodness, man, it was so fucking good. And you know, I saw my grandmother today. I'm going to see my grandfather tomorrow. He is he's in a nursing home, but he had to go to a hospital because he had issues or whatever. But I'm gonna see him first, and then go see my grandmother again tomorrow, because today I basically went there with my 2 sisters, and I got to see my aunt, uncle, my grandma, and my 2 little or actually no, and then my other cousins as well. And you know, it was a pretty fun time. And also too, was another crazy thing that happened on Christmas Eve was that the Browns won their first game. I was like, oh my God, I thought they were about to be like 0 and I don't know, like what, 16 games or some shit. I'm like, damn. And what's funny is I actually went to and this is a little off topic, but I actually went to a Browns game about 2 or 3 weeks ago. My girlfriend's uncle had tickets, but they had to go somewhere, so he gave them to us. And you know, they're pretty nice seats. They're club seats, and but coming from a person who goes to like 10 Cavs games a year, because we have like season tickets or whatever, to going to a Browns game, it's definitely different in regards to when I go to a Cavs game. You know, it's like, generally speaking, you know you're going to go home with a W, and the feeling's going to be good. But with the Browns, it was like they're playing, I think it was the Giants or the Jets, one of the 2 New York teams. It was just awful. Like, I'm like, damn, this is like the same city LeBron plays in, and it's like, you know, and this is the same city that just, you know, lost in the World Series, and this, you know, next season in baseball they might actually win it. But you know, that's off topic. But I don't know. It's and it's like, you know, I but in closing, my experiences of being a black atheist, generally speaking, has been good when it comes to the holidays. I enjoy being with family, being with friends, having a break from school. Thank goodness. I just, like this next semester is going to be my last semester in college before I have my bachelor's. And, this last semester I had like 2 A's and 3 B's, so I'm good. But, I'm happy that it's the holidays, man, because people are a lot more happy now that, they can relax and kick back. So I know this is, there was a lot of rambling and me going off topic on stuff, but I just wanted to, make a video talking about Christmas and my views on it. I mean, obviously, I don't think that Jesus is a real person, but, I still like all the, Christmas stockings and shit like that. And actually, shit, I just saw, hold on a second, we have some Christmas stockings right here, but ain't shit in them. Yeah, man, what the fuck, dude? I ain't got no goddamn candy in here, bruh. You want to put up some Christmas stockings, you ain't got no candy. Nah, I'm just kidding, but I love my girlfriend, I love my family, and that's what I'm thankful for. To me, being a person who, pretty much has what he needs, the presents and all that shit, I don't care about that no more. If I want to buy something, I just buy it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not gonna wait till Christmas before I get something that I want or whatever. And so to me, Christmas isn't even about presents. It's just about being with my family and my loved ones. So that's all I gotta say. Have a Merry Christmas or Happy Winter Solstice or Happy Xmas or don't say that around Bill O'Reilly because his head might explode. But that's all, and peace the fuck out.